Well, we could go ahead and have a quick discussion about that big three, B.
Oh yeah, this was. I had a lot on my mind when we was talking about it. I mean, when I put it
When you
in there,
first
but
brought it
wait,
up, but it's been like a week or two
it
since.
has, bro. We still can talk about it.
Yeah.
But
Has the big three changed? What is the
well,
big three looking like, and do we need another big three, B?
yeah, I think the big three will gradually grow apart. I think that comes
You
with
don't think it
time.
already has?
No, I don't believe so. I think they're still the big three. They still the most talked about.
No, I'm. Well, you mean like that? I
Yeah.
thought you meant like quality wise in terms of like
Mm-mm.
where
I'm
they are
talking
within
about grow and
artistry.
like as like we say, hip hop is a young man's game. I think you age out, and I think Kendrick, Drake, and J Cole will age out. Not in a way of like they're not getting the plays, they're not being as successful. They will not continue to put out good music. I guess albums. I don't know if J Cole's gonna retire. Well, I don't know what Drake's gonna do. I think out of the big three, I think Drake is gonna have the weirdest point of growth. I think he set himself up for like the hardest like transition, because you gotta understand, like we say, like Drake never became like grown Drake. He's still like trying to be with the young crowd and stuff. So like him leaving, I'm still trying to see his transition, how would they go. I feel like J Cole and Kendrick already hit their maturity, like what they want to do, how they they have families, they're married or whatever. And it's like with Drake, he has a kid, but he has a baby mom. He still raps about like women ain't this and oh I got this and
He
I'm
got a
this
little
and that.
misogynistic over the
That's
years
what I'm
though. With
saying.
her loss, I'm like, I like misogynistic Drake.
So
He's going in.
so I'm trying to understand like what would be his transition in the big three. I think Drake's transition will be the hardest because like will he grow and have mature fans or will he always cater to the
And
younger
so,
crowd?
and so, I was watching two podcasts this weekend: the New
Mm-hmm.
Roaring Mall and the Bigger Picture, and they reference Sean.
Mm-hmm.
Even though I've said it on the podcast, Sean has a more mature album. It's just that people are kind of like really praising this newer one, Better Me Than You Up, to be his mature album. I said that Detroit 2 was the more mature album. If
Mm-hmm.
you really want to go back to which album was Sean's most mature album at that time, but it's like they both brought up the point of like people said like they want people to grow, but when you get the mature album, it's like people want to call you corny. They want to say it sucks and all that type of stuff. And I just wonder, do we want a mature Drake album? Because what would that sound like? Will it come off corny? Will it come off forced? Will it be cringe? Like I just wonder that type of stuff. Because for me, Drake's been on a downward decline.
Musically,
Yeah, musically. I will say this. Going back, I do like Scorpion. I like CLB, but you could definitely tell that there's a disconnect somewhere amongst After Views.
mm-hmm.
After Views, quality wise and like really solid projects or whatever, it's like, ooh, that's like above an 8 right there. I feel like there's a huge disconnect. Even though I love More Life, I still that album is still to me like in the middle area where it's like, how does everybody else feel about that? Because there's just so many sounds. Him going for that UK drill ish sound or whatever. I just want to know what a mature Drake album is. And do we really want a mature Drake? Because I know a lot of us want our rappers to grow and age with us, but I just can't imagine what it would sound like if he's done that. I know some people were saying a few weeks ago when this conversation actually came up, they brought up the song Comeback Season from Comeback Season. I forgot what song it was, but Drake was using the Fonte flow or sounding a lot like Fonte. And everyone's like, oh, Drake was way more mature back then. Would we want Drake to revert back to something similar of that fashion?
yeah. Oh well, to piggyback first off the Big Sean thing, I think we thought Big Sean was corny even when he was doing anything. He always had corniness to him, but I think with Big Sean, what lacks him is like in this newer album. Yes, it could be a little more mature, but it seems like flat. Like his vocal seems like dead. Like he don't feel like he's there. He don't feel present. And back with Drake, I think we will want a Drake. I think we are ready for a Drake mature album. Because I think Drake has songs still when he get, like in his soulful bag and he really rapping and talking about things. He could do that. But I know that's not what he want to do because he also wants to grab the crowd, have a song that's for the radio. He still could do that at an older age. But I think he kind of need to balance it out a little better. Because I think when it comes to like social media antics, the way he's dressing sometimes, I think it's some things that can be like, yo, like what are you actually trying to do? Like you're almost 40. It's like you can dress away and still be fashionable and kind of different, but look more mature. Like you can look at Kendrick how he dressed. You be like it's like this weird like heady boy stuff, but like in a grown man way. And you see Kid Cudi with pink hair and like fingernails painted, you like, Cudi, come on. But
Midlife
But you don't
crisis.
think about him needing to mature musically sometimes, because I feel like he's in a way of like, I was so depressed that now I want to make happy music. And I don't think Drake ever showed us like him being like a sad person. Like him actually it's mostly like him being romantically broken or jaded or something like that. Like I don't think we know much about Drake's like personal issues. You know what I'm saying?
Do we want to though?
I think yeah. I think we'll want to know more about the artist of Drake. And like I feel like I think Drake wears I think he's more comfortable showing his stuff with like ladies. But like I don't think he ever got deep into like, yo, I actually don't feel black sometimes. Like I do struggle with being Canadian and not fitting in. Like I think one day he will get into that, because I think sometimes you're gonna, as an artist, most artists I think they get into their bag. Like look at Juicy J, he put out a freaking jazz album. He's more vulnerable and stuff on that album. It's like I
You heard
think
it?
some of it. I just think that it gets to a point where like,
But look how long Juicy J's been in the game, and I hate to say it, he's super redundant.
what do you mean?
Like subject matter wise, Juicy J hasn't really changed it up from.
Yeah, but I'm saying like,
I'm saying like how can certain artists have this? I guess my thing is this, right? It's hard for me to like articulate this because we could look at someone like a Future who I guess you could kind of say kind of broke out around the same time as Drake a bit year wise, not in the same exact year. But Future subject matter really hasn't changed, but he still has that huge, strong fan base that really isn't looking for a mature Future album. Why do we expect this from Drake? Because he's
think it's
part of the
'cause-
big three?
I think
Because
it's-
he shows a bit more of his
I
personality?
think it's because Drake is at another level. Like Future is not on the level. Like he's a big artist, but like how people look at Future. I mean, how people looked at Jay-Z, Kanye West, Eminem. These guys are at what Drake was. Like when you look at these type of people, they are like iconic people. So do you expect more out of these people? You'll want a little more. Like Future, like I brought up Juicy J just the example of like as an artist that kind of changed. I don't know, you don't have to be lyrically, or it could just not subject matter, can be just I guess, you know, like you made a jazz album. It's totally different. Like Andre 3000 put out a freaking flute album. I'm just saying like as an artist, sometimes, well, not even sometimes, a lot of artists like switch up and change some things. And I'm just saying people expect that from Drake one day. We just don't know when it's gonna happen. Because I think he has that expectation on him, because he's at the level of like every artist at his level has put out something that was probably like genre changing, musically changed, or like actually like with Jay-Z always dropped gems. But when he dropped 444, it was more like the most like, this is a album that's full of like me growing, me killing the ego of Jay-Z, talking about all this stuff. My mom is lesbian and all this. It's just some things that he broke the barrier. Like Jay-Z always like showed some parts of him, glimpses of like, you must have loved me, or like Song Cry and stuff like that. It's just like Drake, as him being this iconic artist, he don't give us much of that. Sometimes glimpses, but not, you don't got much of it.
So I feel like a perfect artist to put in this conversation would be a Tyler, maybe a Childish Gambino. I want to say, I hate to say it like this. Do you feel like it's going to be harder for him because he doesn't have that black black upbringing?
What, Drake? I don't think it has anything to do with blackness from being more vulnerable. I mean, not vulnerable, more
being more mature.
personable.
Because I assume because a lot of these rappers that
Because this is human. This is human.
I agree, but a lot of these rappers kind of have that mentality of like, you know, I'm very brash when I'm young. You know, I'm talking about these drug dealing things or things that's happening around me. Versus, okay, I can reflect now on that type of stuff. Let me look and see what's really happening. One of the things I do like about Kendrick, I know a lot of people don't. He takes his time with his music. He takes breaks in between. So to me, he gets to actually experience and do things in life. And this comes with no features. You know, him not really coming out a lot like that. But between each of his albums, they all sound differently because to me, he's experimenting with new things, but also he's experiencing life.
It's like
I hate
artists with books.
Yeah, I hate the fact that he said rap isn't my life. Rap is your life. You wouldn't be where you are without rap. So please don't say that. Because I feel like for you to be as good as you are, you've had to have studied this craft and have really reflected on it and really had to meticulously take a lot of time out of your life to create these bodies of works that you have in your discography. That's how I feel about Kendrick. Nah, I don't know that. None of us really know that.
From when him saying that, I don't feel that way.
You don't feel what way?
Like that rap like he's saying rap. Like I have other parts of my life. Like it's like saying, oh, content creation is your life, but it's not. Like you go through, you do other things in that life that makes you want to content create to affect your life. Like he's a father, so also that's fatherhood. That's a life. That's why he's saying like rap's not my life.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, my life, not rap.
No, like I know he's saying,
you think my life
like
is rap?
it's not just rap.
That's what I'm saying. That's why you said you think my life is rap.
But I'm saying that it's heavily impactful in it.
No, from us, our perspective, we know him as a rapper.
Yeah,
we know that life of him, but we don't know him.
But I'm saying it's heavily impactful on him because you can't be that skilled of an artist and not have really taken time to like.
He's
really...
not saying that he didn't though, B.
No, I'm saying like rap. You love rap, like rap. To some degree is your life because without it you wouldn't be where you are. Like rap is a part of your life.
Yeah.
Like if I were to make it big and become like a millionaire or whatever, success from content creation. Content creation is my life because that's what allowed me to do the things that I was able to do from the money that I made from it. Now I'm not saying that's the only thing about my life, but it is my life because it's giving me the freedom in the styles. But also I had to put a lot of time into it, study it. I've given up a lot of my life to do that.
Yeah, but
so if someone were to say like, look at my life, oh yeah, 33% of your life is content creation. You know what I'm saying?
I know, but I'm saying when he said that, I took it as you think my life is just rap. I have a son to raise, but you don't know nothing about that. He started talking about other things that he has to. Rap is just not my life. Like how they say ball is life. Like it's a joke. That's why I think he been like, yo, rap is just not my life. I do other things.
Yeah, well, yeah, it's possible for you to do other things. I'm saying like it's very hyperbolic, basically. Is what I'm saying.
What you're saying is hyperbolic. Like you're saying like, oh no, it's your life because this is who you are. Rap made you this.
Like rap made you who you are.
Cause
not like who you are in the core, but you studied it.
Yeah, but like
we could tell that you have a knack for it. You have a talent for it. You've practiced.
So would you say that to the same person that hopped on a computer, made a little SoundCloud song, and became big? Would rap be their life as well? If they didn't put as much time that Kendrick did?
No, that's different. Rap made your life. It didn't. It wasn't. It isn't your life. People who are actually for the culture or part of the culture that love the culture and take part of the culture, rap is their life, like a Kendrick.
So you think
SoundCloud artists?
You think Drake rap is his life? Because he did the same thing. He studied his craft. Drake's a part of hip hop.
I think rap is his life because one, Kendrick notes that saying rap just ain't my life. So he's really saying that Drake, your whole life is just rap. Which to me, I can see why Kendrick says that because Drake doesn't really take any time off in between albums like that. He don't really have that big old break like Kendrick takes in between his albums, which is good for Kendrick. Can a Drake sustain that type of break between his albums because he always has some type of hit circulating in some type of time, but also
you don't think Drake have the time to be a mature artist? That what you
no. I do. I think he's not allowing himself to by not living enough life on its own without just doing music. That's my basis.
Like J. Cole and Kendrick did.
Yes, like you could tell like from their breaks in music with J. Cole, you could tell he was trying to help Dreamville. He wasn't really concentrating on his own thing, right? And you can kind of tell because it kind of suffered in the music, but. You can kind of tell that J. Cole was investing in more things outside of his music, kind of developing more things, probably experiencing life at the same time. For me, with Drake, he never really allots himself that time because he's always in the studio, he's always making music, he's always trying to hop on the newest trend, hop on the newest wave. It's like, I don't know, it's like he's afraid like, oh, if I'm not putting out anything, people are going to kind of like forget about it.
No, I get what you're saying.
But so I feel like, because I think that's what this big old hiatus was. I think this beef really effed up Drake's plan to really take that break and for us to really get that more mature album from Drake. Potentially. I think Drake would have came out with a more mature album had he have went through with his hiatus. But this beef came up. He was like, okay, I got to address the beef stuff. And now all this stuff happened. He's like, all right, let me put these loosies out because now I'm back in my write-of creator mode, which I wish he would have always
been.
But he said he wanted to take a break, though.
I remember him saying that, but I'm saying he always been in the writer creator mode. Yeah. He put out like 3 albums in a row, 3 or 4. He's been. I remember Academic said it.
Good.
I was like, Drake ready. He all these albums. He's already got the pen ready.
I'm just saying, I think Drake should take some time off. That's all I'm basically saying.
Oh, no, I agree with you.
Like, if he would have I don't know if we could do 5 years without Drake. I'm going to be real with y'all. I'm not saying, oh, yeah, I can't go 5 years without Drake's album, but I wonder what the landscape of hip-hop will really be like because Kendrick doesn't release as much. J. Cole, yeah, he might release 1 album within them 5 years.
You think it's contract thing, like with the labels, or you think Drake is just afraid to, like, just chill out?
I think it's a mix of both.
Think it's a mix of both?
I think it's a mix of both because...
What's his last break? 2014, 2015? He dropped something in 2015.
He drops something like every year. If not, he's on some features. Kendrick don't be doing no features like that. Kendrick come out for like 1 or 2 features. He don't be doing music videos in the meantime. He don't be doing short films. I want him to take a break as long as Kendrick, but I wonder how much will he really suffer in between that time? Because Drake is a trend hopper. We know that. He hops on the latest trends. He does them really well most of the time.
He's like a leech. So you got 2010,
I'll say
2011,
shapeshifter.
2013, 2014 was. Is you reading this later? 2015.
Go to the discography. Let me see.
Because that'll be a mixtape. So yeah, if Ring was 2015, so 2014 was like his only
Like his only year of not dropping anything?
Yeah, like him not dropping something. 2014 he didn't drop anything.
Let me see.
That's what I think his only break was. He probably had music out, but 2014 he didn't have.
What about What a Time to Be Alive?
That was 2015 or 2016.
I remember he was like, wasn't he heavy with Future at the time too?
Yeah.
But also,
that was 2015. I'm saying 2014 is the only time he didn't drop anything.
Mm-hmm.
That's like his only break.
I think he needs that time because look at how different of an album we got from Nothing Was the Same to Views. Those are the 2 albums, right? Nothing Was the Same to Views.
Yeah.
Think about how different those 2 albums were with that one break.
Mm-hmm.
Like, even though Drake doesn't really come out with the exact same album in between that run up there,
Mm-hmm.
look at how different that album was within a year span. How many years?
There's a new trends and views.
Exactly. But it sounds different.
God.
Wait, no. He had OVO Radio.
Oh, in 2014?
Remember he was doing the Hotline Bling, the Cha Cha Slide remix?
Yeah, but I'm saying he was active, of course.
But I think the hiatus was he wasn't going to be doing anything. The break that he said that he was claiming to be on, like he was like, yo, I'm going to chill out for a while.
Why he haven't chilled then? Why he still trying to do Lucy's and stuff?
I think he's trying to win back the people a bit, but also he's trying to get back into his own mode. I think he's re-energized.
I think he's getting into
I think that battery is in his back.
I think Drake is getting in his way. You ever try to stop something and you're like, I don't want to do this no more. Like use your discipline and you just can't. Mm-hmm. I think that's Drake. I think he's hurting himself.
I agree.
I think he's hurting himself.
I agree.
But I believe that one day he just have to give us that.
I just want to know what the landscape of hip hop would be, because I feel like that will be the time where maybe the out 3 can be beat.
You said the big 3 can't be beat?
It can be beat. I think during that time, because it's not like J. Cole's putting out something once a year. Mm-hmm. Drake is the only one out of them that's really consistently putting out. Kendrick takes pretty sizable breaks.
Yeah.
J. Cole will come out, like I said, with 1 project within those 5 years. Yeah. So if Drake were to take like 2-3 years off, Cole drops 1 album, Kendrick might drop an album, Drake don't drop an album. I feel like that'll give enough time for someone to surpass something.
I think it's going to take a while. I think this is going to be something different. I think this big 3 is in a different era from anybody else. I feel like the other guys had time to be in the era where there's a lot of pure music sales. Same with these guys got to deal with that, but they also went to the blog, to the streaming era, and they still here. I think they're going to be here for a long time. Like I said, hip-hop is a young man's game, but I think Drake and Kendrick and J. Cole are going to be here longer than a lot of people think. But they will age out.
So do you think that they'll be the longest run?
I think they're going to have the longest. I think they already have the longest run.
I agree. In terms of like prominence, yeah.
Yeah. I think we will always... Because look, you got to understand how they fans are. Like you said, their fans are in the middle. Like they even got young fans. They got young guys that like them. So they still get the young people, our age, and the older guys. So I think they're just going to be around for a while. I think they're like a hybrid. I think Travis, like, he's older. You know, he's like 32, but he has the youth. But I think at one point he's going to get older, and he's going to lose the youth.
No, what if he's like the old rock stars be like Queen and them? Queen, I can't really.
He can be a legacy act. I'm not just saying he just.
No, but I'm saying like when he puts something out, people just there.
But I'm just saying when he get old and dried up with skinny jeans on, look like Mick Jagger.
Yeah. How do you do, fellow kids?
Yeah, but now I don't know, bro. It's gonna be.
I mean, look at Kanye. He's still going. He hit number 2.
Kanye's in a different level as well.
Jay is too.
Yeah, Hov is. But Hov, like, age, like, he don't have to rap. He's just, he puts
the world
Lamar
stops,
at the Super Bowl.
Hip-hop stops
over
when he
Lil
drops.
Wayne, you know what I'm saying?
Nasty. You're nasty.
But, man, I don't know. The big 3 is going to be, I don't know. It's going to be interesting I want to say next 5 years what hip-hop is going to be.
I hate to say it like this. Out of the big 3, who do you think will have their fall off first?
J. Cole. He already predicted it. He did. J. Cole speaking that into the world.
I'm not going to lie. I kind of want J. Cole to retire after this album.
Not in terms of thing. And they saying that.
I think, but I'm not. I really think it's just like a hiatus type thing. I want him to retire because for me, and I could really say the same about Drake. Kendrick, he's a bit of a wild card.
Yeah.
For him, I feel like there's always going to be a lane for Kendrick because Kendrick's music was already mature as is. Mm-hmm. So I don't want to say there was no need to grow. To me, it's more so like, what do you want to do on this album? The first album was a concept album, even though technically his first two albums were concept albums. Third album was, more the singles, pop, chart, radios, and whatever.
But also
conceptual theme to it as well. Fourth album, about therapy, looking
concept
inwards.
As well.
Yeah, so my thing is, there's always going to be room for a Kendrick type of album because not a lot of artists.
I think
are doing
Kendrick
those
raps
types
when
of
he
albums.
has something. He put out an album when he got something to say.
I agree.
It's like Mavi, the rapper. The kid we reviewed him. He was saying like on one song he was just like he don't rap unless he has something to say. That's how some people are.
Which I think is good. I think some people think they got something to say when they really don't.
Yeah.
Which is why I think with a J. Cole, I feel like, and I don't want to say like this. I'm not saying that these artists can't.
He put out stuff when he has something to say as well.
Yeah, I agree. But sometimes, like I guess my thing is like, where can J. Cole go from after this album that he's hyping up? Because we've never seen no one like him hype up an album like this. He didn't even hype up the off season like this. I don't think he really hyped it up, to be real with you, now that I think about it. But he's really hyping up the fall off.
We gonna see.
Like, is this the album that he's predicting? Like, yo, this is it. Like,
he hyping it up like Ultra 85.
Yuck.
Yes. I can't believe Ultra 85 is really out.
I can't either. Trust me.
I said me either. Man. I can't believe I listened to it.
But I think my thing is like, I think J. Cole wants to stop at his peak, which to me is like one of the conversations I've always had with one of my friends. I'm not sure if I had it with you yet.
Yeah.
Would you rather an artist stop at their best work and be like, dang, I wish he would have kept going? Or would you rather him keep going after his best work and he just slowly decline in quality? Kind of like a Ye.
Probably, I'd say probably keep growing just to see, do you decline? I think I'd rather see that.
Now, do you think that hurts their legacy in terms of like the quality of the discography?
I think downwards, but it'll never hurt who you are. Kanye, yeah, his stuff got watered down, but Kanye is always going to be Kanye West.
Yeah, he's always going to be a GOAT. But when we talk about legendary discographies, let's be real. Are you going to put Kanye in that conversation?
I still will.
To me, I wouldn't put him in that conversation no more.
Boy, this man got like 5.
Quality wise.
Yes, I still will.
I'm talking about the whole thing, not just. Yes. Oh yeah, he got these 4 albums. I'm talking about.
He has more than 4 albums. 4 albums.
I'm giving you. I'm spitballing on top of my head.
B, if I give you 14 albums, right, and 7 of them are iconic and 7 of them are duds, I'm still Kanye West.
Dang, big crit.
It's like, bro, rock stars, they give you all these albums, right? Some of them are cheeks, but they still have those 4 albums that they made them legends. That's them song. Kanye can make 20 straight ass albums, trash, and he's still gonna be Kanye West. B.
No, he could be Kanye, but I'm talking about when we talk about legendary
because he has 7 albums that are just standing the test of time. Nobody care about your discography, bro. Mm-hmm. That's like a little plus. But as long as you got some.
I'm not talking about the artist as a whole.
Because you gotta understand what Kanye has in his discography. Not most musicians have that volume and have that many good ones. Mm-hmm. You can have a good amount of a good discography, but with that volume.
So do you think Drake has a good discography?
Drake overall, you could say he has a good discography.
J. Cole?
Overall, you could say that. He wouldn't be bad.
I'm not gonna ask him.
Yeah.
The answer is pretty easy.
Yeah, I don't think they'll be as big as they are without. I don't think they'll be a big 3 with super bad discographies. Because they got songs in them and they got albums that's like, Drake give you the balance. He give you this, he gonna give you that, but he gonna get more of your this. But he got them songs that's just iconic. I wouldn't say he has a bad discography. I say it's in the middle of the road.
Let's see. I don't like that.
I
I hate to say it, but I will say that.
I say it's good.
Because I know some people, I hate that this comparison. People will compare Drake's discography. Someone this weekend, who has a better discography, Drake or Eminem? I'm just like, why?
No, I say Eminem. I say Eminem has a bad discography.
You said better?
Bad. Mm-hmm. But I say Eminem has 2 albums, 3 albums to me that I love. But his discography to me overall is some stuff in there. Dang, what I say is bad?
Does he have a legendary discography?
He got 3 legendary. He got 2 legendary albums.
But how many rappers can really say that?
That's what I'm saying. Because I think sometimes that good outweighs. Because I probably can't say he has a bad discography. Maybe I'm.
Because Kendrick dang near has a flawless discography.
Yeah, I might just
like he has no bad album.
Yeah,
nothing bad. Yeah.
Nah.
J. Cole.
Yeah. We can close it out on here, B. Yeah, that was crazy.
Look, boy, want to start talking about J. Cole. Boy, start getting sleepy. But yeah.